So I guess to start this, we're going to need some primary data. How primary can the primary data get when it comes from yourself? So basically, I'm just going to quickly share my experience. I tick all the boxes for this, so I think it's great to throw it in. I'm a female. That's not obvious. I am 25 years old, so I'm young. I'm an ethnic minority. I was actually born in England, but both my parents were born in the West Indies, in Jamaica, so I'm full black. And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm self-employed, and I have been for the last 4 years. So, where do I start? I was 20 when I first had this idea, but I was really scared to push it. I hadn't a clue where to go, what to do, how to do it. I just knew that I didn't want to work for somebody else ever again in my life. Like, I was in a job, I was in HR, and I loved the idea of working in HR until I got the HR job, and then I absolutely hated it. So I just knew I wanted to work for myself, and I always knew what my passion was and things like that. It's a bit crazy to say that my passion is money. I know. I have multiple businesses now, and my main goal, what makes me happy, or when I know that like I'm satisfied, is when my business is being run correctly and I'm making money. All my businesses are in the hair and beauty sector, and all our target audience and target market, well, all bar one, are those who are ethnic minority. So yeah, I've been doing it 4 years. This year will make it 4 years in a couple months' time. And I think, as an overall answer, that being a young entrepreneur, being a female entrepreneur, being an ethnic minority entrepreneur, there's disadvantages and advantages to all of them. Being all three of them, the disadvantage outweighs the advantage. That's from my personal experience. I have had a lot of problems when it comes down to race. And that is one of the main reasons why we changed our target audience to being just for ethnic minorities. I have had a lot of problems being young. And I've not had that much problems being female, if I'm honest. I don't really think that's had a big impact on. No, probably like one or two things in the last 4 years, the fact that I'm a female. So the problems that I've found, oh my gosh, just going to go over the time. Sorry, the problems that I've found being young was funding. Unless I wanted to be part of the Prince's Trust funding, getting bank funding was impossible, basically. If you don't have excellent credit, most of them want the last 5 years of your bank statements. I mean, at the age of 20, 21, 5 years before that, I was 16. Yeah, my bank aid statements didn't have anything but EMA and McDonald's wages going into it. So that was a no. I didn't personally want to be funded by an organisation like the Prince's Trust, simply because they kind of have ownership of your business until you've paid off the debt that they give you the money to open your business with, type thing, which obviously makes sense, but then to me I wasn't comfortable with that. And basically I launched my first business, which was a virgin hair care business, virgin hair extensions, off my savings. My second business again off my savings, my third business off my savings, my fourth business off my savings. Today, I've never had any kind of government loan or funding to help with my business or paying wages or anything. Everything's always been paid out of my wages and money that I've made from the businesses to pay everybody. Being in the beauty and hair industry, there's not a lot of disadvantage of being female. I think there's more disadvantage of being male because automatically people just assume you're gay, but being female is kind of the norm. I only had one problem that I can think of at the top of my head when I was going to sell my business to an investor, and I introduced myself and everything was fine, and then he kind of said, who else is managing this, directing it? I said, no one, just me. And he was just like, no, who's the head of the business? Like, where is the guy who's the head of the business? And I'm like, no, this is my business. There's no guy above me. And he decided not to invest in the business, and I honestly think that was one of the reasons. But that's just down to the person. I don't think that's down to the actual industry itself. And the problems that I've had with being black and owning a business. First things first, I've had a lot of problems trying to find premises. It took me over a year to find a premises, and then when we finally found a premises, the landlord, although he was an ethnic minority entrepreneur, he wasn't really invested in the fact that I had a business and was making money. He was more invested in the fact that I am black and he's Asian, and he doesn't want to rent out his property to a black person. He'd prefer it to be Asian. Whilst in that property, we had racial attacks on the property, and also customers or potential customers that came in that weren't ethnic minority, that were Caucasian. They felt uncomfortable, for use of a better word, because there's a lot of Jamaican and African hairdressers in one of my stores, and also the racial issues that we've had from customers has come down to, oh, you only do black people's hair or Asian people's hair. And although that's our target audience, we do others, but automatically, because of the colour of your skin, you are judged. That you can only do your own hair, you can't do any other body's hair. Or we've had customers who have been white, Caucasian, and have been getting their hair done, and they make comments like, oh, so do you have a baby father? Or is your boyfriend in jail? Or those plaits that are in your hair, can I have them? How do you do it? Do you stick them down? Yeah, it's a bit, no, we don't stick it down, it's just like a normal plait, but okay. So it's a bit difficult. So yeah, there is a few disadvantages that I've personally had to deal with, whether it's finance, whether it's actual racism, whether it's discrimination. But I feel like there has also been a lot of advantages. For example, in our community, we do stick together when it comes to black businesses. There's actually like organisations out there that are like Black Business Birmingham, UK Black directories that are for women of colour. And also there is millions of female entrepreneurs that have got further than small business like me, because of the fact that they're female. There's plenty of organisations that have women standing up and being proud to be a female entrepreneur. So yeah, that kind of is just like a brief overall of my own experiences. But I would love to speak to other people about their experiences and actually compare them to my own. Um, so that is what I'm going to do.